Alright YouTube, here's where we're at today. We got this little brace on, got the belts on, and we built I don't know if you can see the operation of it, but we built a tensioner. See here the belts are slack, and we'll build a device from the other side. And I'm a terrible cameraman. See if you can see it from here. There it is. Tensions up the belts, and as you can see now they're tight. So anyway, it hits this angle right here. I'm going to clip the corner of that off so I can have a little more in case the belts stretch. Did a little weld right here. This, all they had was 2 bolts and some butter shit weld right here. I mean, I'm just trying to piece this thing together with what we have and whatever, and I booger welded all that back together. It was just pieces hanging there and torched off, so I ground it off and just MIG welded the crap out of it. Made this little bracket, gusset for the engine plate, removable, so you can change the belts. Let's see, I welded 2 of those little scissors jacks on the thing right for now, one on each end so far, just so it wouldn't rock back and forth. Let's see, I welded that channel gusset from a 1-inch all thread up to the motor plate. Also welded a little brace down here when I built the tensioner. Maybe a good angle to see the tensioner from. There it is. It hinges right here, and tightens up the belt. So nothing elaborate, but should work. Just did a lot of kind of cutting junk off and grinding, which that's the story of this machine. It's whoever built it was, they didn't have very good tools to work with, or knowledge, or both, but not gonna pick on them too hard. Sometimes you do what you can with what you have. Anyway, it's been windy out here today, and I've been trying to MIG weld, so my welds don't look a whole lot better than theirs. But right now the engine will unbolt, that gusset will unbolt. The tensioner is operational, and I used a tensioner pulley off a Dodge Magnum engine. I used to tease my sons, they're all GM guys. More Chrysler stuff you put on, parts you put on something, the better it was. I really didn't believe that, but it was fun to irritate them. But anyway, that pulley is easily obtained and cheap, and that's what we're like. So the next project here, I probably won't fool with the big tensioner right now. I can rig something up for that. The next big part of this will be the lifting device to lift this saw head up and down, and that'll be a little electric winch and a couple of cables, that and mounting a fuel tank, and you have to have a coolant tank for the blade. So this must be weed eater day here. Just as soon as I started my filming, every neighbor in the world started their lawn mowers and weed eaters. But anyhow, it's gonna rain here, so I guess they're all trying to beat the rain, but more power to them. At least they mow. Anyhow, I don't have any big predictions on this, whether it'll work or not. I mean, we'll make it work eventually, but I do foresee several issues. This thing's just too rough and out of shape to take off running off the rip, but we'll just keep plugging at it. And I did find another one of them little junky scissors jacks, and I'll weld it on here. These people on the internet talking about building sawmills cheap, and then they go somewhere and buy 6 or 8 of those trailer jacks for about 40 bucks a piece. And I promise you, for $40 I could get half a pickup load of them at some junkyards I know of. So most of the time people give them to you. But anyway, that's a cheap alternative. I weld a nut, as you can see there. I weld a nut on that, and then I use a cordless impact to run it up and down. Just takes seconds. And let's see, I think that's it for it today. This thing here took longer than you would think, and I worked on it probably most of the day. But a lot of stuff, it's like this little angle bracket down here. You know, it looks like hell, but by the time you get it cut and ground and cut and ground and cut and ground and get it MIG welded in, you've got an hour in it or better. So I think this is like most projects, it'll just take shape one day, and you know, it'll go from a piece of crap, a bunch of metal laying here, to a piece of crap sawmill that works. So anyway, that's where we're at, and stay tuned. I don't know whether to put the fuel tank on and start the engine, or worry about lifting the saw head first. I'm not sure which way to go next, but I've got a fuel tank here off a golf cart a buddy of mine gave me, and I'll probably use a 2-gallon plastic jug or something for the coolant. Doesn't have to be too elaborate. This engine is electric start, so I got to put a battery in a battery box on here, and to do that, you know, other than the log dogs and the back clamps and all that crap, other than that, we can try the thing out. So we're getting closer. Thanks for watching, and probably won't fool with it for a few days. It's gonna rain. I'm gonna cover my engine up here and call it a day. So thanks for watching, and if you can, you know, like and subscribe, appreciate it, and stay tuned. We got all kind of neat stuff going on. Thanks.